What is up, guys? I am Parable of the Sower fan 444, and I'm back here with another epic video. Today is a very exciting day. We will be doing a tier list of the Parable of the Sower characters. I'm so excited. Let's jump right into this. But before that, I just have to give a quick disclaimer. My fish are being quite loud in the background. Apologies for any background noise. So first character we're going to include in this tier list is Lauren Olamina. Lauren Olamina is one of my favorite characters in this book. She's a black teenager, and she's living in a post-apocalyptic society where people are unsafe because of this drug named Pyro, and her world is crumbling. But she is such a great character because she questions the beliefs of the modern day, and she questions everything. And she also has this condition called hypermathia, which is a syndrome where she feels the pain of others, and she feels the pleasure and the suffering and everything that other people feel in this book. So it's a really unique and interesting perspective. So for that reason, I'm going to have to put her S tier. Additionally, one of my favorite quotes from her is we have God and we have each other. We have our island, our community, and yet a fortress. Sometimes it is too small and too weak for us to survive. And like the widow in Christ's parable, its enemies fear neither God nor man, but also like the widow, it persists. We persist. This is our place no matter what. This is from Butler, page 135. And it's a great quote to describe her character and her personality. Next, moving on to our next character, it is Reverend Olamina, sorry. He is also a great character. He is a Christian teacher at a local college, but after his church was burned down, he conducts service at home. And him and Lauren go through a lot of arguments in this book, and Lauren has a completely different set of views. And he also disappears in the very beginning of the book. So, although I do like his character, he cannot go very high due to the fact that he does not appear in most of the book, and he is just mostly a filler character. So we'll put him at B tier. And then moving on, we have Corey Olamina. This is Lauren's stepmother, as Lauren's real mother died a long time back, as this is a very dystopian society and people die quite often. So, and her real mother is the reason she has that condition because she abused prescription drugs. But I digress. Moving on to her stepmother, Corey Olamina. She is Mexican American, and she does not care for Lauren very much, and she cares more about Lauren, one of Lauren's four brothers, Keith, which we will be going to next. And she is not that bad of a stepmother, and she does teach the neighborhood children, and but she is also just favoring the worst child, and she is also not serving a major role in the book. So for all those reasons, I will put her in B tier along with her husband. She also passes away when the neighborhood is burned down. And then moving on to Keith Olamina. This is Lauren's oldest brother. He is he lives a life of crime. He exits the neighborhood quite often, and outside the walls, he does the drug called pyro, which makes you want to do arson, and is in general a terrible person. He always goes around stealing and just does bad things. His family does not support his decision, and he does not like Lauren either. He is one of the worst characters in this book because he chose the bad path of leaving the neighborhood walls and just doing terrible things to destroy his community, his people, and his family. And in general, just a bad character. So D tier. just one scumbag of a person. And then moving on to another one of Lauren's brothers. It moving on to another one of Lauren's brothers. All of them are not important except for Keith, so they all perish in the fire as well, so they are not that important. So they will be not ranked on this tier list. And then going on to Taylor Franklin Bankel. Taylor Franklin joins Lauren when she leaves the neighborhood and starts exploring the country and going north. There's a lot of similarities to Lauren's dad, which is maybe why she likes him so much. She falls in love with Lauren, but the problem is he is super old. He is above 50 years old, and Lauren is young at 18. So the age difference makes their relationship quite weird, but it is still quite pure. And although he does not support Lauren's idea of religion, as she is completely different than everyone else on that topic, he still supports her and still sets up a society with her. But he cannot be in the S tier just because of the age difference makes it weird between him and Lauren. So Taylor Franklin goes to A tier. Moving on to another one of Lauren's companions while traveling. It is it is Native Dad Douglas. Uh, she is the mother of Dominic, and she is kind of acts like the mother of the group, and she helps them all travel north, and overall is just a great person. So we'll chuck her in the S tier, and then we move on to Allie Gilchrist, which is a younger white woman who who joins Lauren's group. She was abused by her father and and just just had a terrible childhood overall. This this allows her to be very empathetic and help Lauren's cause, so she will go in A tier. Moving on to um, to her sister Jill Gilchrist. She also faced 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 the same sort of abuse as Allie did as a child, and ran away with her as well. But she dies early because she helped save one of the younger children in the group at the beginning of the book and dies for him. But she is just much less important to the book, so we'll put her in C tier. Next, moving on to Justin Rohr. A toddler rescued by by Lauren's by Lauren's husband, Taylor Franklin, and he is he is he is the reason that a lot of people are happy since he is just a beacon of light, but he is also a toddler, and I hate toddlers. So Justin Rohr can go into the D tier. I would put him in the F tier if I could. And then we move on to we move on to who's next? Who should we go over next? I think we should go on to Zahara Moss. She she is the wife of uh, uh, a guy named Richard Moss, and she escapes, but she has been living in the outside world and has been homeless for a while. And she joins the group, and she's just really smart and a really cool character. So I'll put her in S tier. And then we move on to Emery Tanka Solis, and she is also a former slave, and she has gone through a lot of pain in her life, and she bonds well with the character of Grayson, and she is not that important to the story, but provides a lot of light in the story, and ties it back to a lot of the themes we see in the story. So we'll put her in B tier. And then, of course, Grayson Mora, the person she is good friends with and relates to, is a runaway slave as well. And the group loves him, and he has a daughter as well, and he is just a great person overall, progresses the plot a lot, has some good dialogue, and a very well written character. So I'll put him in the A tier. Now we're only down to two characters. We got Joanne Garfield and Travis Charles Douglas. So Travis Charles Douglas is one of the first people who joined Lauren's group, and he is one of the first people to also join to her like religion thing she calls Earthseed that she's been writing since she was a little child, and and she and he also talks a lot about religion and stuff with Lauren, and progresses the Earth Seed and the book by quite a bit. So I'll put him in the C tier. Actually, I think he deserves higher. He's probably going to go in the B tier, as he did progress the religion quite a bit. Now, on to our last character of Joanne Garfield. Joanne Garfield grew up with Lauren in their original neighborhood before they had to flee the walls since their whole family was dying. She uh she does not she's very naive and cannot accept how the world has gone into flames, and she creates a lot of tension with Lauren, which is why she goes in the C tier. She cannot accept the religion of Earthseed and is overall a very boring character. So guys, thanks for listening to my video about the Parable of the Sower characters tier list. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more banger videos about the Parable of the Sower. Thank you for listening.